Thank you very much, Kristen. Time for a little gas and go. And as we do this on the lower portion of the screen, the starting grid for today's race. All right, you're on a timer. I ask questions you have not heard before. And here we go. This is for you, Jeff, with the tweaks to the chase and emphasis on winning the races. Casey Kane, should he be the favorite? He won 6 races last year. No? Why not?
No. I still think that wins are important, but you got to still be consistent.
All right. DW, we have a little time on the clock. Would you make Kane a favorite?
You want me to follow up to that?
You can. That's called a follow-up in the industry. But we're limited on time.
No, but I don't think so either because, again, his thing knocked him out of the several races with not being consistent.
All right, now time's up. All right, Daryl, this is for you. I'm going to start with you. Okay, do the changes to the chase work? You know, more points to the winner, 12 in. Do you like that?
Shorten the chase to 5 races. Be sure the guy that's leading the chase at the end of 26 is leading the chase when it starts. I like awarding more points for wins. That's what I like, but shorten it up where it's more exciting.
He took all the time, Jeff. Yeah, sorry, you don't have any time.
All
right, next question, Jeff. After 11 wins at Daytona, we just heard from Tony Stewart. Does he get the Daytona 500 today?
If he has racing luck, Tony will probably bring home the checkered flag today, in my opinion.
Nobody's won the Bud Shootout, the Duel, and the 500.
He's got to have some luck.
He's got to have some luck. He's got the car, he's got the confidence, and he's got his new girlfriend. I think it might work out.
Oh, that's part of perfect timing. All right, here we go, Daryl. What does the Roush Fenway, that's what they want to be called, partnership mean? Team's too expensive. You ever see a race team maybe going public on the stock exchange?
I've heard people talk about it, and there's probably a pretty good chance that could happen here. But what I think will happen is you'll see a lot of marketing around this program. This is not a sponsorship deal. This is a business relationship. We know John Henry is a good businessman. He's a good race. He likes racing, too. He's an enthusiast.
Show me the money. That's what it's all about. Show me the money.
Okay.
Takes a lot of money.
All right, Jeff, will there be a good battle for Rookie of the Year? You know, we heard about Juan Montoya, the League of His Own, David Reagan, David Ruderman, some others. Contenders we'll see today.
Don't forget Paul Menard. I think even though he missed this race, because the rookie deal's a whole different ball game from running for the championship. So I really believe we've got some fierce competitors, and Pablo Montoya is going to have his hands full.
Yeah, right. Plus, so how Toyota goes is how David Ruderman will go. Don't count him out.
All right. Will the move to Hendrick turn Casey Mears into a winner?
Well, it should. I mean, that's a great team, and they got the resources, and all their cars have run pretty good through the years. I think it's time they plug somebody in there. Like we had Tim Richmond in that car one time, and he was successful.
Yes, he's going to win.
So, yes,
he's going to win.
Thanks for playing, Gas. Time for Gas and Go. They have not seen the questions. We await their answers. You guys ready? There is a time here. Here we go. All right, Jeff, what does the switch to unleaded fuel mean to the driver, the engines in this race?
Well, the engines always go through a really tough time here in California, but it's that little bit of unknown, and hopefully guys don't get greedy when it comes to fuel mileage, because that'll burn it up real quick.
What will we notice as a viewer watching this race?
Not a thing.
Not a thing? All right, Al Gore's happy about that. All right, Daryl, this is for you. Michael Waltrip, minus 27 points, won't get any today. Is it a hole that you can't dig yourself out of? The team needs to get in that top 35 in owner points just to make the field here after the 5th race of the season.
Well, you know, he's had a tough weekend. He got knocked out of the race by his own car. David Ruderman was the last car out and knocked him out of the race. Mikey's off to a rough start. There's no question about it. And he's my brother. I feel sorry for him.
Right.
He's in a hole he'll never get out of.
Fair enough. Ford Toyota's in this race. All right, Daryl, for you, who was the biggest surprise at the Daytona 500? Mike Wallace, Joe Nemechek. They raced their way in. We had David Reagan scoring the top 5. David Gilliland from the pole.
Well, Gilliland really impressed me with his runs, not only in the 500, but all throughout the week down there. And I tell you, Mike Wallace, he never ceases to amaze me at Daytona and Talladega, how he can take a car and get it in the race and then run up front. And the man finished 4th for Pete's sake.
I don't care about Kevin Harvick.
Right.
Kevin Harvick surprised me because, I mean, I did not believe that car could go to the front like it did at that last lap. I think he surprised everybody that was in attendance and watching.
All right. Jeff, for you, is Mark Martin the racing equivalent of Dan Marino? You know, great racer, but no championship and no Daytona 500 victory.
Well, yes and no, Chris. I mean, at least when it comes to Nextel level, because Mark has won so much against some of the top drivers in the world in the IROC series. I mean, he showed his talents as far as winning Busch races, truck races, and everything else. He just doesn't have the title, the big ring to go with it. I mean, that's the only thing.
I'll move back over a little closer. All right, thank you. All right, DW here. Because the Daytona 500 is the first race, does it really have an effect on the chase? You know, the last 2 Cup champions, they failed to even finish the Daytona 500.
Yeah, if you talk to the drivers, they'll say, you know, we got 35 more to go. But let me tell you, if you get the momentum from the 500, it carries you a long way down the road. I'll take the 500 every year and let the chips fall where they may.
Oh, you get to talk to the governor. All right, Jeff, this race has had 10 different winners in the last 10. Does that say anything about the track here at California?
Yeah, it's challenging. It's always changing. If the weather, like today, is cloudy, yesterday it was hot and sunny and slick, and it could do the same thing today. Engines themselves, unpredictable. You run the car too hard, Matt Kenseth could be out front. He could be leading just like his teammate was, Greg Biffle, a year ago, and blow it up with 1 lap to go and not win.
No pole sitter
enough of that.
has won this race. All right, Daryl, for you, so he likes when it's his turn.
Yeah.
Tony Stewart, 0 for 17 in February. Just a coincidence or slow starter? Is he maybe too aggressive early, and how should he run today?
You know, through the years, I've kind of observed that team gets off to a slow start. If you think about even the championship years, didn't do too well the first half of the year, but always a dynamite team the second half of the year.
Is Junior Johnson working for them
And
also?
maybe so. I think they maybe try things.
All right,
And
real quick, both real quick. All right, what's the one thing you see here in California that you don't see at other tracks or other stops?
The green flash.
Garbage trucks with chrome wheels.
The green flash.
You see that everywhere.
And a lot of celebrities.
Yeah.
Other than
we
you
see
guys.
celebrities everywhere.
All right.
The green flash, you never see it.
Daryl Walter, time now for Gas and Go. I ask questions our guys have never heard. They give us answers we may
I
not
got a
want.
better idea. Let's just go.
All right, no, we need you for this, right? Plus,
away from
you're on a time limit. When you hear the bell, you got to be quiet. All right, Daryl, did Jimmy Johnson get special treatment in the pits last week in Las Vegas?
No, if you watch the video, Chad didn't let the car leave until the tire had been retrieved on that penalty when they were talking about giving a penalty. He sat there, he saw the tire get away. The guys got the tire. They brought it back before the car left pit box. No harm, no foul. Good call.
All right, and Hammond, the crew chief, agrees. All right, Jeff, this for you, 15 seconds. Why do drivers like this track so much? It's fast. We've talked about great finishes here.
Chris, I think the biggest reason from a crew chief's viewpoint is the fact that you can let the race car have its head. If it wants to run on the bottom, I mean, that's where a lot of drivers want to go, work on it. But if it wants to move up a little bit, no big deal. You can keep tuning your race car, and the driver himself can kind of hunt around all day long and find the ideal groove. That's what you want about, what I like about this racetrack.
You got into my time.
He's a crew chief. All right, Daryl, is Dale Earnhardt Jr. back on track? Finally finished the race last week, heading in the right direction. Have you seen enough?
You know, I keep feeling that there's something missing there. There's just not the harmony. I listen to them on the scanner. They work on the car. They're a family. They always are kind of feuding a little bit. I'm just not sure they're there, but if they are, we'll know it today because this is one of his favorites.
I'm not feeling it, though.
I'm feeling it.
Enough with the dog. All right, Jeff, this for you. Now that it's over at the new Las Vegas track last week, a record 26 lead changes. The drivers avoided setting a caution record. All the complaints, though, good, bad. What's the final review?
Bring it on, man. Bring it on.
The biggest thing is right now, they don't want to go back there anytime soon. I can promise you that right now. I talked to a lot of guys in the garage area. The race was okay from their viewpoint, but it was a nail biter, and they don't like that from a driver's viewpoint as well as a crew chief's viewpoint. Wait till next year.
Much ado about nothing, and don't talk about next year.
All right, Daryl, we'll talk about today. All right, Daryl, talk about this track, the great finishes with such speed here. Why is that the case?
Yeah, tell us.
You know, it's kind of like you got those two grooves, and you got this momentum. You got this big swing. You get up on that high side, you get that swing coming off turn 4. As long as this guy will give you a little bit of room on the inside, you're going to have a drag race. They ought to call that front straightaway a drag strip.
All right, I like that. Very creative, and your passion was good. All right, Simon would have given you a thumbs up. All right,
I'm bringing it, dog. I'm bringing it.
This is for both of you. Jeff, you go first. Who's your NASCAR Final Four?
No, wait a minute. Current or
Oh,
past?
no, this is current. Let's go current. Yeah,
okay.
Current guys here. This is
All right.
for this year.
For this year, Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth, and Kevin Harvick.
Okay. How about you?
If you look at my notes,
Tell me you have the same ones.
Four champions, though. Tony Stewart, no question. Jeff Gordon, no question. Jimmy Johnson, no question. The fourth one, questionable, but I'm going to go with Kenseth because he's a champ.
All right, all guys we'll see in action today. All right, Jeff Burton certainly not on the mix there, but Jeff, time now for a little gas and go with our guys.
All right, let's do it.
We ask questions that you have never heard, and we pretend like we like the answers, and you're on a time limit. All right, DW, here, this is for you. 15 seconds. Was Bristol the right place to debut the car tomorrow?
Well, that's a no-brainer. You bring a car here. I mean, the car is not the issue. It's going to be about drivers and who can work the throttle and staying out of trouble. There are some issues with the car, but I don't think they'll be the star of the show today. I think the scuffling and shuffling after the race is going to be the problem.
Hey, that's my job. All right, Jeff, this is for you.
Don't cut me short.
It's a quickie. 10 seconds. Does the car tomorrow really level the playing field for manufacturers?
No. I do not believe that has anything to do with it. What it does do, it will separate the men from the boys. I'm talking about the good teams and the bad teams. That's what it's going to do.
Yeah, I don't see it doing any good.
Toyota had a rough start, and Dodge has struggled a little bit. All right, Jeff, will the car of tomorrow add frustration to the race today? Talk about tempers here usually are bad enough.
Oh, Chris, the intangibles. This is what this race has always been about and will be even more about today because of the fact nobody knows whether or not when you hit one of these cars, nobody's really done any beating and banging. It's going to be interesting. And see, the crews have already got started. It's already going to be a free-for-all. It's a free-for-all.
Yeah, those are guys who like each other.
That's right. Teammates.
All right, Daryl, for you, Jeff Gordon upset with Juan Pablo Montoya for racing him too hard at the end of last week's race. Did he have something to beef about? Was that legit?
Juan can be a lonely number sometimes.
And he didn't rehearse that, I have to tell you. Thank goodness.
I don't know. I think it was really good racing
All right,
myself.
and
You got to, like Jeff said, you got to know who to race and not to race.
And this is a good place for revenge, right? You can't call it that. All right, time's up. Jeff, will Casey Kane race any differently today because he's not in the top 35 in the owner's points?
He better.
Yeah.
He better get up on that wheel, and he and his crew chief better have a good package today because if he keeps slipping and sliding back, next week when he gets to Martinsville, he's liable to have to sweat some bullets, and that's not something he really wants to have to deal with, I don't think.
He's failed to finish 2 of the last 3 races, but again, he gets his regular crew chief back. Okay, all right, Daryl, 15 seconds. What's the best rivalry in Bristol?
Why does he get 15? I only get 10.
Because he's the star. All right, what do you think? We got Harville Biffle, we got Kenseth Gordon, we got Hammond and Waltrip.
Well, I like Harvick and Biffle. I'd like to see some of that, but then, Matt and Gordon, that was pretty exciting, too. You don't see that very often, 2 calm guys, so we don't know who the stars of this show are going to be until it's over.
It could be today, right?
It could be those 2 guys right teammates. It doesn't matter.
It could be the car tomorrow against
I've
everybody.
even seen that guy. I've even seen Dale Garrett.
Remember what he did last time?
This is for both of you since you were whining, all right?
Thank you.
But you each have 10 seconds.
That's 30 seconds.
Daryl still goes first. All right, there's got to be a better name than Car of Tomorrow. So what are you going to call yours? C-O-T?
No, C-O-Y.
What's that?
Coy. I'm going to be coy here.
Oh, and it's the car
of yesterday.
All right, I love that. See that? What's yours? Come on, Jeff.
It's real simple. Supercar. I mean, this thing is able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. I mean, it's just like Superman.
All right.
Supercar.
Time for gas and go, and we'll run the. We're on the starting grid above us here.
Could it be April Fools? Maybe. Could
all right.
be.
Come on, you're on a time thing. You have to give us important answers that we could talk about all week. What grade would you give the car of tomorrow? Come on, A, B, C, D, E.
I'll give it a C.
Well, average?
Just average.
Okay.
I mean, I think it'll get there eventually, but it's going to take a lot of work. It's not there, but it'll get there.
All right. You think it'll get there soon? Quick grade? Give me
C.
All right.
About like him, I don't see nothing really spectacular.
We're not in love with the boy yet.
All right. They're both average. All right, Jeff. 15 seconds. What do you think about Jeff Burton's start so far?
I'm pretty impressed right now. I think, again, they've been able to kind of like parlay last year into a very, good start so far. And I believe this kind of, the COT car really kind of works for him. Car tomorrow, driver of the past.
Right.
I think he has that kind of feel. It'd be good for him.
All right, 4 top 5 finishes could be a championship threat. DW, 15 seconds. Did Jeff Burton take it? We love this. Did he take it easy on Kyle Busch in Bristol? Would you have gone for that win there when you had the chance? Come on, be honest.
No, he
did the right thing.
Exactly like I would expect Jeff Burton to drive.
Okay.
I think he could have gone up there and maybe given him a little bump and seen what happened, but you got to respect Jeff Burton. That's a gentleman's way of racing on a really tight track.
How would you have done it?
I think I would like to see him just touch him a little bit.
I'd have had to worry.
You would have gone on him a little bit?
I'd have put that nose up under him and see what happened.
Jeff, how would he have done? You think he'd have got on him?
I think he would have rubbed him a lot harder than when he got rubbed.
All right, good job.
You better hit him.
At least you were kind of on it.
No, he didn't have to wreck him. I said rub him.
Yeah,
Jeff.
Rattle his cage. Right?
That's right. Rattle his cage.
Has Joe Gibbs, like you do to me every Sunday, has Joe Gibbs Racing fixed their fuel problems from last week? We talked about Tony Stewart.
Now, why are you asking me? He doesn't know.
Yeah, he knows. He talks all the
Yes, I do. I
really.
No, they definitely, I think, have worked on this on the Waterman situation.
He's checking his notes.
And I got a chance to talk to Mr. Waterman this week. It was a cable problem. Mr. Waterman said, hey, our company made a mistake. It didn't crimp it properly, so the cable broke. I believe the problem's taken care of. And Tony loves Mr. Waterman because he runs it in all his sprint cars.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good product.
You would have thought with a name like Waterman, maybe a radiator problem. All right, DW. That was bad. I'm sorry. Which is tougher, 500 laps at Bristol or Martinsville? All right.
I think 500 laps at Bristol is much tougher. It was hot there last weekend.
Grueling.
The big bowl, like an arena.
All right, what about tempers? For the
Same.
driver,
no difference.
Equally?
Today, worse. Actually, temperature worse because you get that nose in under a guy. When that spotter says he's looking, you better give him some room because he'll take you out if you don't.
Okay.
Jump that curb, get into each other.
Speaking of tempers, Daryl, you have seen a lot of crashes in Martinsville. Boy, is this, we're going to roll is this the best crash that you have ever seen here?
Let me see this crash.
Okay.
Let me see
no.
Oh, by all means. That right there, there's a term in racing. It's called busting your
All right,
your water.
we got Hans' device.
Guys, all I got to say
Strap in, dude.
is I bust my butt for you guys every day.
They'll put that on.
I bust my butt for you guys
AutoZone
every
drive
day.
and ride with the little gas and go. As we ask our experts the questions that they have not seen, and we look for the answers.
You know, is he looking for the truth?
Remember,
I don't think you can handle the truth.
I'm worried about being smarter than a fifth grader.
All right, here you
now.
go. Daryl, for you, remember there's a time limit here, and I thought this 15 seconds. I thought Texas was a pro-Bush state. What happened to Kurt and Kyle this weekend? They both had different wrecks. How will they fare today?
They didn't fare so well. You can see there on the screen, both of them had crashes in the same identical place, so they're not happy with turn one for sure. The bump down there, maybe it's affecting those guys more than others. I'm not sure, but there are a couple of bushwhackers, look like.
All right, we knew there was a punchline.
I guess.
Jeff, for you, what does it mean to these guys that we're going back to the old car today, the car tomorrow in the last two races?
It's real simple. The thing is, they're still complaining, folks. They were complaining about the COT car. They come to Texas. The cars still do not do what they want them to do, so they're complaining about the cars. You can't make a driver happy.
Drivers are a little strange.
All right, but I would take the car I'm comfortable in. That's all you're asking for. All right, Daryl, for you, like the seat. If I get you a cushion, you can sit in that's comfortable. All right, who has a better chance of getting their first Texas win today if you had to choose between Jeff Gordon or Jimmy Johnson?
Jimmy Johnson.
And why is that?
Well, I just like the way he and Chad work together. They seem to be able, like these conditions today are different than we've had all weekend here, and they seem to be able to get that old magic wand out, wave it over that car, and fix it.
Best average finish of any driver here.
That's right.
Sixth place.
All right, and you also heard him earlier say he wants to beat Jeff. It was a thrill of his. Okay, Jeff, for you, if a Hendrick car does win today, 5 straight wins, same racing team, first time it's happened since the early 70s, is that a good thing or a bad thing, though, for the sport? Well, you want competition.
You want competition, but you got to have something to kind of shoot at. And if Hendrick can kind of keep that momentum up, it gives the rest of these guys somebody to focus in on, and that's what's going to happen.
4 teams have have the top 10 drivers in the point standings. 4 teams have dominated this sport. Hendrick right now is on their game. They're hard to beat.
They certainly are. Great communication. All right, Daryl, I know you're going to show us in the drive and ride here a little bit more about the track, but did they fix the Texas bump here that's in between turn 1 and 2? First of all, what was the problem, and did they correct it?
I don't know. They said they pregnated it.
Well, that could be a problem. I hope you weren't involved.
I don't know what that means.
Is that anything like an aquarium?
No, I'm
sorry,
that wasn't the way. They levigated it.
Levigated it. Okay.
No, they saturated it.
That's what the magician...
Wait a minute. This guy's smarter than a 5th grader. That's scary.
I don't know. They did something to it.
Your Honor, I withdraw the question. All right, we'll see that. He's going to get us in trouble. All right,
I don't know what they did. They
see that.
took this gizmo and
what's the difference? Jeff, what's the
difference
difference in Jamie McMurray's turnaround season? He's 12th at points, 3 top 10 finishes.
Got him a new crew chief. I really like the combination between him and Larry Carter. He had to have somebody he could talk to and feel comfortable with, and Larry Carter was a man.
I think it was therapy.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Did he have some? Some counseling?
He went to a Power of Positive Racing.
Okay.
Which I'm a big believer in. Power of Positive Racing.
Well, that's good. All right, Daryl, for you, any chance we have a repeat of last year's cat fight? Remember Greg Biffle's girlfriend, Kurt Busch's fiance?
You got that question.
It was it didn't look exactly like that, but we got our whole movies out to give you a better idea.
Even in the pit.
You thought he was in trouble with levigation and the other stuff.
Even in the pits, emotions can run crazy.
All right, let me go back to something you know something. The price of gas at the pump may go up. Time for us to get down with gas and go.
Oh, no.
I was looking for a segue. All right,
I love this.
You have time. All right, Daryl, 15 seconds. Jeff Gordon is leading the championship standings. Does he really need to win a race to maybe win the championship? 3 second-place finishes this year.
There's no driver out there that would want to win the championship and not win a race. Take too much heat from the fans and me and everybody else. And Jeff Gordon's a winner. He's a champion and a winner. He will get his share of wins. He's running way too good not to get his share of the wins this year, so don't worry about him yet.
A champ, a winner. And
by the time we get to Phoenix,
next time.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Give me a break.
Mark Martin has missed 2 races, still 11th in the points. Any chance he finishes out the season and still makes the chase?
No.
Okay,
no.
so
this man right here has already told you what he was going to do and how he was going to do it. He's going to stick by his guns. He's going to work with his son and some of these young drivers coming up. He can do it, though. That's the key thing right now. He's already told everybody and showed them at Texas when he came back. He finished 3rd. He said, guys, 2 weeks off don't bother me. I can get the job done.
He seems happy in semi-retirement.
Got
Daryl, how much will tonight's race factor into the decision to make the car of tomorrow NASCAR's only car? There's been talk about running it full-time next year.
NASCAR is pretty smart. Imagine that. They've got.
Can I write that down?
Yeah, they've got these guys where in about another month or two they will be saying, please, just pick one car. We can't stand working on two different race cars. It's killing us.
It should happen. Okay.
Right.
So I think pretty soon.
The third of 16 races for the car tomorrow. Jeff, in 10 seconds, we're moving up the time. Will the sunset affect, it's closing time. Will the sunset affect the drivers tonight? The sun's going to set about 7:02, so half the race probably in darkness.
No, I don't think so. As you see that shot right now over the turn 1 and 2 grandstand, that sun will drop down the next little bit. It will be shaded. That's the only problem this racetrack is coming off of turn 4 into 1. I think it will not be a problem by the time this race gets started.
No factor.
No factor.
All right, that you heard it from the experts. All right, Daryl.
He's a driver, yeah.
15, that's what I meant, an expert. 15 seconds is Juan Pablo Montoya.
Wait a minute.
Too aggressive of a driver, right? Jeff Gordon, remember, complained at Atlanta, Tony Stewart after Texas, that he's come over and been...
You know, he has a reputation of being fairly aggressive, even in Indy cars, Formula One. I mean, you know, he's spun out his own teammate. I tell you, I think he has that reputation, and he earns it.
He done made Chevrolet mad. Now he's going to make all the
all I can
Montoya
say
fans
is,
mad.
All right, he's aggressive. What can I say? I don't think
he's a competitor.
He won't deny that.
He's a competitor.
He'll be at our photo finish later. We'll get back at him. All right, Jeff, was Kyle Busch leaving his car? Was that immaturity, miscommunication last week when he thought he was out of the race and left?
I'll sum it up in one word: frustration. He had a really bad weekend, both the Busch Series deal and as well as crashing that Cup car. I think it all just kind of hit at one time, and he couldn't take it anymore, and he left. I mean, I don't think he did anything intentional. I really believe it was just frustration.
All right, and Rick Hendrick, the owner said, hey, we got no problems. There's an understanding there. All right.